Hey guys, Will, JITP, Preparedness and Info. How are you guys doing today? Hey, today we're going to have a great video coming up. I want you guys to come on along with us. We're going to have a great day, and it's important stuff. It's about what would happen if we were to get hit with EMP. So come with me. If you haven't hit that subscription button, do it now. See you on the other end. Few scenarios have captured the imagination like a doomsday event. One of the most commonly events is an EMP, electronic magnetic pulse. These are created by a short burst of electronic magnetic energy and will destroy electronic devices or systems. And an EMP could occur from a solar flare naturally, but are usually created by technological devices. The most fearful EMPs are several detonations at high altitude and would wipe out all unshielded electronics and or power grids in the United States. These weapons have become a fixture of pop culture. In the event that this threat moves from fiction to reality, there are a few things you should know and that you should have in place. Non-electric appliances. No electricity to run your electronic can opener. If you had a hand-operated one, Joe would have enough to do his feast. Check out camping catalogs and companies that sell non-electric devices. There's quite a few out there on the market, and here's a few just to get you thinking. A solar oven, as long as the sun shines, food can be cooked and the water can be boiled. Manual can openers. The P38 is a military classic and even fits on a keychain. Grain and meat grinders. They grind flour or whole grain or create burger meat from unavailable critters. Crank coffee grinders for the caffeine addicts who turn their nose up at instant coffee. Wind up flashlights. It'll light up the way, assuming electronics work fried by the pulse. Butter churn. Find the cow, milk the cow, separate the cream, and churn the butter. Then all you gotta do is enjoy. Hand-powered water pump to get water out of the well or cistern. The well sleeve or a well bucket. This is one of the most important gadgets. It's a cylinder fitted with a couple of 100 feet of string, and it's lowered down cylinder modern wells to draw up the water. This is a cheap option for you to do in the well, and a hand is better than a hand pump, but a lot more work. Okay, with the power out, your debit credit card, they aren't going to be doing you much good. Therefore, the ancient art of bartering comes back into play. It's best to hold on to your food that has a long shelf life and the weapons that might be used against you. But there's other constructive items that might be popular, but nonetheless could be parted with if you can find a willing person to trade with. Beans, bullets, and gasoline, they should be hoarded. But devices such as alcohol, cigarettes, caffeine, hygiene products, and various forms of entertainment such as books and playing cards, they could be very valuable to the bored person. Chemical light sticks are a good light source. Candles are EMP proof, but they're a little bit messy. They are also dim, and they don't have a very long burn time. Therefore, this is where the oil lamp comes back into play. The classic oil lamp. It works inside and outdoors, and through the wind and through the rain. Approved fuel for the oil lamp is kerosene. Tools that require power aren't going to do you much good in an EMP. Therefore, you're going to have some tools in your closet that operate on batteries. There's many tools in today's market that operate on lithium batteries. But you're going to still need a hammer and a handsaw, and that would be an obvious tool to have, and just add a few screws and nails and glue, and that kind of rounds out your hand tool chest, so to speak. You'll need a Faraday cage, and that's named after Michael Faraday. If you didn't know, you can use an old microwave for a Faraday cage, and if you want to see how it's done, check out Chris Kelly over on Flickr. There's pros and cons on how efficient they are. The Faraday cage is structure that protects its contents from electrical pulses. There's a DIY Faraday cages that you can find if you're interested online. CB radios and walkie-talkies would be a valuable item to put in your Faraday cage, along with your other electronic devices. With that said, our mobile phones will no longer be any good after an EMP attack. We'll have to rely on CB radios and walkie-talkies to show their true worth. Unless you need medical electronics to live, communications equipment could be most vital gear to store in a Faraday cage. It's hard to impress upon the average person the luxury that they have when they are tapping into a mobile phone. I'm sure that millennials would succumb to temporary insanity without a mobile device. You could make your own electricity from solar panels, micro hydroelectric systems, and backyard wind turbine generators, along with noisy gasoline generators and vehicles modified with electric outlets. But be aware that having electricity in a world without, that's going to paint a huge target on your back. You might just want to keep something like that to yourself. Even then, your neighbors will start to wonder why you never run out of rechargeable batteries, and the lights in your house are anything but candles. You may want to have some smaller solar panels so the neighbors don't get suspect to it. A home defense shotgun and plenty of rounds to accompany it are potentially the most versatile means for self-defense in a grid-down event, similar to an EMP attack. There's different shotgun loads used either in the home intruders and for hunting game. There are many other items besides the usual shotguns, handguns, and rifles that can be used as tools for self-protection and defense, of course. These can be as simple as bells hanging on the inside of your entry doors. It's low-tech but reliable alarm. Guard dogs are another great way to protect your family, particularly in the middle of the night. A good defense is to screw the windows shut on your lower floors. Don't cut any corners when it's time to defend your family in a crisis. Let's face it, and your horde of MREs will only last so long, either by the time they, one time or by consuming them. There'd come a day when you would probably be out of food, and in the event of an EMP attack, could take years to restore power to other regions And while you're looking for ways to get power to just a handful of families, you have to figure out how to get food for those same families as well. There's no local grocery store. Having knowledge and the means and the location to grow food crops and livestock might just keep you alive during a multi-year blackout. Of course, you might need seeds, livestock, and tools to jumpstart the system. You would need knowledge in seed saving and livestock breeding, and you're going to need some books to get everything set up and down the right path. Alright, you guys, that's it for this topic. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments down below. And if you have any topics you'd like to have me research and bring to you right after that, make sure you put those in the comments as well. Other than that, thanks for watching.